SpotlightHigh.com was founded to bring local sports information to fans and sports enthusiasts.
Good luck to you next week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That would be up there tomorrow morning.
That's cool.
All right.
Never done that before.
Performance of this team today. I mean, it was a tight game, 21-17 in the third quarter. You got some big catches from Amonte, from Ethan. Your defense did what it normally does, but Kevon King in the second half, what can you say about his game and his whole season?
Yeah, I mean, the whole season altogether, I think Mr. Joseph called it back in mid-year and said he could be one of the best that's been at Smith, and we've had some really good ones. I think we kind of talked about that earlier in the week, but had a finger kind of pop out on him on the first series, and then said he couldn't catch the ball, but he still caught a ball after that, and then he got behind those mud diggers, as we said, and take it 97. I mean, that's huge when you can be able to go back and forth and spread them out, and he go over the top, and Amonte make a big play, and then come back and physically leave that statement, and that's huge. I mean, you feel like they're backed up, and they can possibly give us a safety or something along those lines, and he got between the tackles, and I think on the phones, Big Hug said, "Why is he bouncing?" And I said, "That's why."
You'll know in 12 seconds.
That's right. That's right.
Did Madison do anything you weren't expecting, something you didn't see on film?
No, they did a lot of the things they did on film, but they did it well. I think when you always come out, we talk about that initial surge in state championship games. You coaches to the players, everybody's riled up. Everyone knows that this is the last one and that there's not a next game. And I think that those guys came out ready to fight. They're a tight-knit group, as we've heard, growing up and wanting to play for them. And then this group right here coming together the last 3 years has just been really special. So we expected adversity, right? Yeah. And then I wanted to see what the resolve and the character of this team was, and they answered it.
On that 96-yard run, I mean, is that something you dream of as a kid? Take me through what you saw in that play where they had you backed up and then you just took it to the house. Longest run of the year for you?
Yes, sir. No, I don't think it was the longest one. Probably was Hickory, right? Yeah, 97, 96.
That was scary. I had to think about it.
I showed him how to make it.
Amonte, in the first half, you guys getting those touchdowns from Ethan. Tell me what you saw in terms of the coverage and how you guys executed those, because it's something you guys have been doing all year long, right?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's just us studying film. We see the defense. We know exactly what plays to call to beat that defense, and it's just great coaching.
A big time play, Coach Thurgood. I mean, you talk about it. We don't typically hit that pass, right, and that. He's kind of taking it off, taking the top off, and we're coming under for some crossers. But for these guys, Coach Thurgood's done a great job with our quarterback, Ethan Vasco, to go through that progression and then hit it over the top. That's the first time we've hit that pass in that pass play. We're typically coming out the backside with a crosser or with the wheel route with the running back. So to hit that post over the top, I mean, just talks about these guys being locked in and going through the fourth progression, and obviously those big boys giving you some time back there.
Yeah, Ethan, this is your first time playing here?
Yeah, it is.
So how's it like playing on your soon-to-be new field?
Yeah, it feels great. It's an awesome atmosphere, and there was a lot of fans out there, so it was fun.
How's it feel to be getting the snap from the guy, I guess, is going to be your center as well? Martin Woodsman committed, I think. last night, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, no, that's awesome. We've been playing the last 3 years together, and I'm excited to have him for the next 4.
What's the comfort you've got from Coach Scott, Coach Thurgood, the whole staff, and the guys around you? Because you've been putting up some record-setting type of numbers, and certainly your abilities are a big reason why. But tell me about what they've done as far as the support system to let you have those numbers.
Yeah, no, they've helped me out a lot. I mean, coming here, they just took me under their wing, and then Coach Thurgood, he's helped me every single play, reading defenses, knowing where to go, and then Coach Scott just helping me the same thing, reading defenses and just dominating and being consistent every single game.
Coach, these guys, you are one of these guys' mentors for the rest of their lives. Coach Garrett was on the field, and he's one of your mentors to introduce you to football.
Yeah.
How does that feel to see these guys doing a great job, and that the guy that introduced you to football a little bit, how does that feel as a mentor and seeing your mentor on the field as well?
Yeah, I mean, philosophy. Tay was my first quarterback that I've ever had as a head coach, and he knows the philosophy for our coaching staff has always been that, we just teach them X's and O's. We fail them as coaches. And, having someone like Coach Garrett, I turn around, I see him stand on the side, I was like, is that Reggie Garrett? Go back all the way to my Plaza Middle School days. But knowing that and seeing the guys, like having Coach Thurgood, Coach Simmons, who played for me over at Ocean Lakes, he's our linebackers coach, Eli Harold, who played defensive end for me, and then seeing a lot of our guys come out that's been used in a big rivalry at times with Oscar Smith and Ocean Lakes, and those guys just buy into the men that you're trying to help them develop into it means the world to me that those guys want to be able to be here and share it with me and share it with all of us and help develop these young men. And it's become great young men off the field and after football. And it just, we'll see Tay lift his daughter up here and just, it means the world. It makes it that much more special. And I think that these guys understand that, I coach with a lot of tough love, right, at times, but I'm going to love them for life. And I couldn't be more proud of this group right here to be able to take Oscar Smith to its first back-to-back. And it's because of how they believe in one another. They're embedded in the community. And again, it's going to be for life. And I just can't wait to see what these guys do at the next level.
Well, it's certainly unique just in respect twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's going to put a bigger mark on it.
It does. And I can assure you that Oscar Smith community will expect nothing less. I can assure you that, right? But with that said, I mean, these guys, they talked about it being out there, and doing what they did last year and then saying, well, hey, it's 2021. It sounds like it's supposed to be the 2-for-1 year. And just what a great script, top to bottom.
Sherrod, for you guys to accomplish those 2 state championships in the same year, how was this season different? What does it mean to kind of leave this type of legacy for you and all of the seniors on the squad?
It's a big deal because we had a plan going into the season and we accomplished it in the end. We went back to back. And I hope I got to do it again next year.
I tell you, it was we do senior speeches, and Monte and Coville are the best of friends, going all the way back. I don't know how far, 3, 4, 5 years old. I mean, long ways. And then to hear him say this week that I'm turning around and I'm going to be at Clemson mid-year here, right after the holidays, and that these guys knew it was their last practice and those types of things. I mean, he turned around, he had the glasses on. I thought he was going to get choked up. I almost got choked up. I was like, hold on, we ain't played yet. But it does. It hits you. It hits you really fast to know. But at the end of the day, I told these guys our motto is to be 1-0, right? And now y'all 1-0 for the rest of your life. Yes, sir. Good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, who's going to college right after the break? Yeah. We got 2 early enrollees.
Mid-year, and then we got a big senior group that's going to be heading to a lot of colleges. Some of them are on some visits, making some decisions. I know, hopefully some schools in state here. You're on the break of another one that's winning some playoff games. So these guys are obviously going to make a lot of other football teams really, really good.
Okay, and the only reason I ask that is because you all played a lot of games this year. I mean, walking onto the next team, how does that affect a very short period between now and January? how much do you train, not train, how much do they expect you to do? You know, if you play 20-some games this calendar year.
Well, I can tell you, I told him to win a state championship and then worry about all that later. No, but it is big. I mean, he has Coville's going to be playing in the Under Armour All-American game.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so he's got that, and then he'll be headed to Clemson, and I'm sure that they'll have them active right away. I know they talk about that a lot with the guys when those teams get into playing those bowl games and have those practices, and then all of a sudden you turn back around and they're right back in it in the spring. But I think they got it down to a science, and these guys.
I guess would it be like the equivalent of finishing the season and having that month before the bowl game?
Yeah.
Same type of break.
Same type of break.
Okay.
All right, last question.
Coach, every group special you had, obviously, guys like LaFonte, Giovanni, Eli, Ocean Lakes. What are you going to remember about this team, and how do you hope the fans remember this group of 2021 for Oscar Smith?
Yeah, I just think that we talk about standing on the shoulders of giants. There's been there's a history of great coaches at Oscar Smith. There's a history of great talent, and the fact that Oscar Smith's been here 9 times, but for this group to be the first to go back to back, I think it just says a lot about the resolve, especially after a very, very tough year last year that threw the sports world upside down. And then it took these type of guys with the character that they have on the field and off the field to be able to go ahead and put Oscar Smith on a pedestal that it hasn't been before. So I'm tremendously proud of it. I'm glad that this group, I always remember them as that group.